Glory be to God. My name is Rashad Johnson. I'm making this video because the video that you're about to witness is a past event. Today's date is October 24th, 2025. The videos that you're witnessing at this moment is in 2024. Now, my journey started in 2016, which I do have a testimony series if you would like to know more about me and where I came from and giving my life over to the Lord and why God chose me. And when I say He chose me to document my journey with my wife. During this journey, God done blessed me. He done taught me. I done learned how to cast out demons. I learned how to be righteous. I learned how to love. I learned how to become a new person through the Word of God. But when it comes to my wife, God had us go through trials and tribulations to build me up. I had to go through some spiritual warfare. I had videos that dates back to 2019 with me and my wife when we got married. And the first year we was married. And the spiritual warfare attacks happened that suddenly, where I noticed a lot of the stuff that I'm going through is not normal. It didn't make sense. There was no logic. There was lies and manipulation and deceivingness coming from my wife. A woman that loved God, that worked at the church, that was prayer lines and Bible study, and then all of a sudden it just stopped. I was already gave my life to the Lord. Me and my wife, before we got married, we didn't have sex. We didn't live with each other until we moved in. So I was following the instructions that my God, Lord, Christ gave me from a previous marriage before my wife that I'm with right now. But what y'all gonna witness in these videos is how I overcame, how I been doing the will of God. There is video, actual footage of arguments of me and my wife and her acting out in spiritual warfare, attacking me. But a lot of my videos is just me talking to you over the phone, giving you a rundown of a spiritual argument that I just had. Now, I didn't want to post my life over to social media and Facebook, but God was putting this on my spirit to do. And I fought with God. I didn't want to do this because I love my wife. I'm in love with my wife. And like I said, I didn't want people in my personal life. But come to find out, and when I realized this is bigger than me and my wife, this is bigger than me and my wife. It's for everybody out there that's watching these videos that God done guided to watch these videos. It's just a lot of my videos may not even be talking about my wife. I done had spiritual arguments with being attacked by the enemy with co-workers that I really did have relationships with, that I truly loved. My children, my siblings, my sisters, my father, my mother. I've been attacked from all angles, from my finances, my name being slurred. I done had curses put on me. And God had to teach me how to fight spiritually. I had to learn how to rebuke and bind, declare, decree and declare. I had to learn how to recognize these demons and their tactics and how they fight. What causes a person to allow the demon into to controlling them? The Bible's crystal clear. I do back up a lot what I say with the Bible verses in the videos. This is not about, let me show you my life in drama. This is showing you how God is maneuvering and how great our God is. He used me and my family, but he mainly used me to do his will, which is my purpose. Even though today, October 24th, 2025, my story is not done. My wife and I are in a divine separation where God had to separate us to correct things to get me and my wife equally yoked. And she been through some things. I haven't spoken to her, but you will see how God brings us back together. You just got to watch the videos in order. It's a lot of videos. It's a lot of videos. This is not a quick story. This is a teaching moment. God tells me what to say, what to put. He done use prophets to reach out to me and tell me what's going on with my wife or what to expect, how to fight the enemy. Like it was people that I was underneath that went on the journey before me that is giving me the wording to understand what I'm going through and how to fight the enemy. But when you watch these videos, you will see the miracles, you will see the breakthroughs, you will see things that I said that took place with me that God told me this is not going to stand, and it did not stand. A lot of y'all may be going through spiritual warfare and don't even know it. A lot of y'all may be separated from your spouses and your loved ones, or you may not be talking to your loved ones or your mothers or your fathers or co-workers, and you think that it's just normal. No, you're being attacked. This is spiritual warfare. I talk about everything. And like I said, I use the biblical Bible verses to back up everything I'm saying. So I'm not going to make this too long. Continue to watch these videos in order. They are numbered from episode 1 to episode 300 and whatever. But watch how the story plays out. And like I said, if you want to reach me, my email is in the description. If you want to know more about me and my journey, go look up my testimony series. I love y'all, and I'm out. May 12th, 2024. Happy Mother's Day. So this past weekend, I went out to Vegas, me and my wife. You know, just to get away, spend a little bit Mother's Day out there. Little quick turnaround trip. And, you know, me and my wife likes to dance. And so I asked a couple people that lived out in Vegas, where do everybody go? You know. So, you know, we had some recommendations, went to one spot, and my sister was there, a couple family members. And I haven't seen my sister in about a year. Last thing that took place with me and my sister was her arguing about my mother's car, which is not my car, is all three of ours. But at the time, we needed it, right? And she wanted it because I guess her car broke down and she needed the car. But I'm like, well, we already are using it and we need it. To the point my sister, and I knew it was demonic and I knew it was spiritual because it was key words said and it was key things said that should have never been said. And, you know, she disrespected my wife, which didn't have nothing to do with anything. Disrespected me. And the last thing she told me was, I'm dead to her. She later on blocked me from social media again, blocked me from calling her, texting her. Anytime I'm blocked, then I know it's a spiritual demon controlling. And, you know, I done made videos on here and I done shedded a tear feeling like I don't have no sisters. And the enemy, this is part of his strategy that he's been doing my whole life when it comes to me and my sisters. Now, if I did something wrong, they should be able to tell me exactly what I did wrong and keep it with the truth. I don't have a problem accepting my wrong ways. If I did anything wrong, the Holy Spirit will certainly convict me. But with that said, I see my sister in the club, and, you know, before I even went, I knew she was going to be there. And what the enemy wanted me to do was to go somewhere else. The enemy wanted me to go to a different club. But I know how the enemy thinks, and if I would have bought into going to a different club, I would have bit into being, you know, me being personally mad at my sister and not being able to forgive. But I went to the club, seen my sister. When I seen her, walked up to her, I gave her a hug. She hugged me back, gave her a kiss on her cheek, and she held me for about 30 seconds. Held me for about 30 seconds. And she got emotional. She got very emotional. She just didn't do me like that. My wife ended up telling me when she hugged Rochelle, she didn't want to let go. And, you know, that lets me know that's the enemy. Because my sister loves me. Both my sisters love me. But when the enemy is using someone, he can control them. And it's all about trying to make the person that he's trying to hurt feel not wanted, or hurt the person to the point that they are angry at that person because they can't recognize that they're being controlled by the enemy, which God's words is crystal clear. You're not fighting against flesh and blood. You're not wrestling against flesh and blood. You're wrestling with the demonic spirits that's controlling them. Once you understand that, then you look at people a little bit different. Especially if you have a relationship with the Lord. Especially if you have a real relationship with the Lord and you know how to forgive and you can see the enemy's tactics and his strategies. The Bible also tells us to be aware of all the enemy strategies. A lot of people don't know what the enemy strategies. And I've been telling people what the enemy strategies and how he maneuvers and what he wants you to do and how he wants you to think and how he's going to use the people that you love the closest to hurt you. Right? Now, I fasted before the week because I know how this enemy works when it comes to my wife. So I had to fast a couple days prior before we left for God to fight the battle in the heavenly realm. so we can have a good trip, have a positive trip. And for the trip, most part, it was pretty positive. Um, it's certain things that I might say to my wife, and it seems like she thinks it's about to turn into an argument, but it's not really turning into an argument. She's reading it the wrong way. It ain't like because my tone was different, or I was yelling at her, or said something sarcastic. It's just the enemy just has so much of a control on her that she don't know how to know when the enemy's trying to use her, per se. But my sister next day invited us to a couple events that she was going to, little Splash Kingdom and something else later on that night. I had to tell her I have to pass because we got to leave early in the morning the next day, which was today. Come back to the house. When we came back, when we landed from the airport, I had her hold my like a small bag, and she left it on the plane. And one of the things that irks me with my wife, she's not the type that it's like when we are about to go somewhere or when we're about to leave, she done left a lot of stuff from kids, diaper bags and coats, and she's not doing the check like, okay, do I got this, and this? And this is just something that I just been picking up since we've been married. So, when she got off the plane and I'm like, where's my bag at? She's like, oh, I left it on the plane. And I said, sometimes I don't know where your head be at sometimes. She, instead of just taking, accountability, she's like, well, it ain't my bag in the first place. She ended up getting the bag, coming back out. I didn't say nothing else to her about the bag. And I'm checking the bag to make sure I got my belongings in the bag, and which I did. But I got my back turned and she's just walking away. She's walking away like we're at the airport and she's like 20 feet in front of me because she allows her feelings to control her. She also allows her feelings to control her at work, which now she feels like her management is not involving her into activities and things that she feels like she's supposed to be added to. Now, maybe she's making too much of it. Maybe she's spot on. Who knows? I just tell her, continue to do your job. That's all you can do. Continue to do your job. Prove people wrong. Let them see their ways. And then, go from there. So on our walk to the car, I pretty much tell her, I don't feel like you love me the way you proclaim to love me. Like, I get spurts, and I do get spurts, and sometimes, and I done made videos about it, where I know I have my wife, but I know the enemy's trying to make me miserable, and I 100% don't have my wife. My wife's last name ain't my last name. We've been married for 5 years. There's no reason why her last name ain't my last name. There's nothing, significant about her last name. It's nothing that I done did in this marriage for her not to change her last name over. That I honestly feel if she was married to someone else that did not have a purpose, she will love that man 100%. She'll cook, clean. I'm not saying that she don't cook and clean, but it'll be love. Clothes folded, washed, folded, put in the drawers, house tidy, cleaner than what it normally is, affectionate, words of admiration, gifts, physical touch, want to be up under me, want to spend time with me, want to, be involved in the things that I like. No arguments. Put me first before anybody else. Put me first before the children. Stuff that I do for her, I just want back in return. And I know I'm not getting 100% of my wife. I know I'm not getting 100% of my wife. And it's just something that I have to deal with. Today's Mother's Day. She wanted to do a spa. Okay, cool. You got the spa. You want to get your perfumes? Cool. You're going to get your perfumes. Got her some shoes. But since we've been back and I haven't went out and got a card yet, you would think that I haven't done nothing for her on Mother's Day. And then my son, who lives with us, she told him all she wanted is a card and a little something to go towards the spa day. He didn't do it. He made her some breakfast this morning. When we walked in the house, he made her some breakfast, but he didn't get the spa. So now her whole day feels like her Mother's Day ain't been the way she wanted it to be, and she feels like she's not being celebrated. But then it's like, should I really have sympathy when I done had Father's Days, birthdays, Christmases, and any other thing that I probably done asked for and I did not get? Should I have sympathy? And I still get my wife what she needs. I told her, you don't know if I got a card. Just because I haven't gave you your card yet don't mean you're not getting a card. I might be waiting for some flowers to get delivered. You don't know what I got planned. I told her we're gonna, since the kids was watching the girls for the day, while we was gone, I'm gonna drop them off. We're gonna take them to the movies, let them go see Planet of the Apes. And then we're gonna take the girls to a fun zone. And then while they at the movies, my son will go to work afterwards. And then our other son, he'll be done. We'll come home. We'll get a pizza, and just be cool. 30 minutes ago, she wants to complain about her Mother's Day. 30 minutes ago, she wants to tell me, oh, y'all can go watch the movie. I'll take the girls to the park. And it's like, oh, here we go. The moping, the pitifulness, the distance, because you allow your feelings and your emotions to control you. So when this past Christmas that was set up for her to buy me gifts, and I didn't get nothing for Christmas, guess what I did not do?